Every coffee needs a lotus.
Hi, I'm Mel and I am choosy. My ultimate skin goal is gusto kong mag-even out ang skin tone ko.
Hi, my name is Gian Wada. My skin goals are to become whiter, fairer, healthier, and younger.
It really shows na yung skin ko ngayon mas moisturized, mas glowing, and mas healthy.
Thanks to Glutasine, I got my skin tone back. Thank you so much, Glutasine.
What's the secret to beauty's beauty?
Langis.
Ito ba lahat ang gamit mo?
Ay hindi. Isa lang ang gamit ko for all. Moringa O2 Therapy Oil. Hindi lang malunggay. Meron ding olive oil and omega from sunflower oil.
This therapy oil helps relieve my dry and irritated skin.
It helps lighten my scars and stretch marks.
It helps make my hair young and healthy.
This is our beauty secret.
Sana all.
Sana oil.
Every coffee needs a lotus.
There, are we back?
Okay.
Yes.
So just a few reminders to our participants. For Zoom participants, please type in your questions at the Q&A chat box below. For Zoom live questions, click raise button to notify the administrator. For Facebook live viewers, type in your questions in the comment box. So before we move on to the question and answer, ma'am, Coach Ren, please allow me to acknowledge our out-of-town participants. Okay, we would like to thank our participants from Angeles City. We have 5 participants from Baguio City. We have 40 participants from Cebu City. Hello, thank you for, no, it's 75 rather, sorry.
Hello.
We have participants from Davao City, Iloilo City, La Union, Naga City, Pampanga, and Tacloban City. I would like to say hi and greet also some of our Ariva Speakers Bureau. Hello, Sir Howell. Thank you for sharing.
Hello, Sir Howell.
Yes, and also I would like to say hi to my in-house team, Keisha and Joanne, and to the rest of the Ariva family. Hello. Yeah, so shall we start?
Okay.
Okay, for the first question, how do I help myself if I seem to have hoarding disorder?
Okay, so it's a good question. And so for us, every time we would find people who would say that they think they have a hoarding disorder, I would also recommend that they also seek the help of a professional, because for us, as KonMari consultants, we're really here to help people tidy up. But for example, if you think you have a condition of being depressed, or if you're clinically depressed, so I would also recommend that we ask clearance first from maybe someone in the medical field. And so there, we don't, because it's a different kind of communicating. It's also a different way of helping this person. So there. But if, for example, you really have so many things. So my first question is, if you've been clinically diagnosed, then that way I will say we will refer you to the professional. But if you're the only one who says that, maybe I have too many things, I can ask questions. We can usually give a free consultation before I get clients. So that can be a communication that we will do together. But rest assured that if I know that I can help you, I will do that. But if I feel that if a medical professional is better in that particular time, then I will refer you to that.
Okay, thank you. For the next Zoom participant question, this question is from Ms. Roxanne. I don't live alone and have common spaces in the home. What is your advice so I can ask others to join in with the tidying up?
Really, my dear friend, my best advice is for you just to tidy up your space. People believe what they see, not what they hear. So if you tell them, let's tidy up, but you don't show it to them, then they might just be saying, you're just saying this. But if you show to them, even if they're not tidying up, you clean up, you declutter, you tidy up, then baka magulat sila. They'll be like, wow, she can actually do this. And in that way, you can inspire them. But the other thing I'd like you to remember is there might be times when they also will not be inspired. They will just still choose to have their own clutter. And so in these moments, this is where I say that's why your internal spark joy condition is very important. Because even if everyone around you has a lot of issues or challenges, you will still be okay because internally you are okay. Because internally you don't have that clutter that's stopping you from having your best home. I hope that helps.
Okay, we have a live Zoom question here.
Great.
From Jermaine Gabriel. Jermaine, good afternoon.
Hello.
While we're waiting for Jermaine, I have another question here. While I want to declutter, my hobby keeps a lot of things. So with my children. So what can she do?
So in terms of that, I guess it's really important for you to have open conversations with the people that you live with, because I think the challenges or the arguments will start if you just show it to them and not communicate that you're being bothered by that particular clutter. If after that communication, your husband or whoever it is still finds it difficult to declutter, then just let it go. For me, my question is, why are you bothered by the clutter of others if you haven't fixed your own clutter first? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Fix your own clutter first, and once you're done with that, you will be surprised that you won't be too upset with the clutter of others because you are okay internally. I know it's hard to, maybe it's not too easy to accept as an answer right now, but if you are okay with who you are, then doesn't matter what's happening around you, you will still be okay. And that's why I want all of you to try to declutter and tidy your home right now in this very unprecedented times, because it can give you a very unique way of peace and calm that no one else can give.
Okay, so let's check if Jermaine is ready now to ask this question. Jermaine Gabriel, go ahead. Okay, let's move. Hello? Yes? Let's move on to Franz. Franz Hagonio.
Hello, Franz.
Okay, I'll ask another question. Let's wait for them. Yung mga boxes ng mobile phones, gadget, etc., is it advisable to discard them na din? In the future kasi, when we need to sell stuff, it's nice if we still have these boxes. What's your thought? What's your thought on this?
Actually, the boxes of mobile phones, they're my favorite to use as dividers because they're very sturdy. Even Marie Kondo, she loves the boxes of the phones and even the laptops because it's a good divider. So if you have plans of selling your phone in the future, what I would recommend is use that as mini dividers in your drawer right now. That's what I use when I need to divide my jewelry from my watches to other things. So just be creative.
Okay, for the next Zoom question, can I also apply the KonMari method in organizing my digital files, documents, picture, etc.?
For digital files, I know this is something that a lot of people are curious to know. For digital files, what I can recommend is to make sure you don't have too many folders. It's important you just simplify. You simplify what you need. Maybe you have work folders, you have personal folders, and from there, also set some time to delete images or photos or files that you don't need anymore. I think because we have a lot of memory in our, you have the cloud right now, we sometimes think that we don't need to declutter, but it also helps to just remove the items that you don't think that you don't need anymore. So same principle, ask yourself, when was the last time you used that file? What use will you have for it in the next few weeks or months? Or will you still be able to use it maybe for a future project? And so if you don't, then maybe it's time to hit that delete button. And there.
Okay. Coach Ren, we have a question from FB Live viewer, Shannon. How does minimalism compare with KonMari method?
So minimalism, as far as I know, it's really, the goal is for you to have as few of items as you can. And I know there's a lot of people who benefit from that. The difference between KonMari is your goal is not to have very few items, like I said earlier. Your goal is to be able to figure out what are the things that you need, how many of the things do you need, and hopefully with those things that are still in your home, you will be able to use that. So I guess that's the main difference. With minimalism, if I understand correctly, you really want to lessen. Some people, they only have 3 pieces of clothing, those things. But with KonMari, you are the ones who will decide how many do you need, what do you need, what kind of things make you happy.
Okay, let's move for another question. Sir Alan, go ahead. You may ask your question now. Good afternoon, Sir Alan. Good afternoon, Sir Alan. Alan Aguinaldo.
Hello, Sir Alan.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Most of my clutter are actually the books of my kids from way back. Do I really need to discard them all?
I love your question, Sir Alan. I usually go to a lot of my clients' homes and I find that for books, parents really have such generous hearts, because whenever we would go to their libraries and I see the books of parents, maybe 80% of the books are not theirs. I think a lot of times parents want to keep books that they think their kids will still need. But I guess, to be on the realistic side, if you're keeping it for other people or maybe for other kids, on the practical side, maybe the things, the contents, the information in the books can be outdated already. And then second, what I really want to challenge you, Sir Alan, is to use that very precious book space for your own interests, for your own books. And you don't have to feel guilty if you're going to let go of the books anymore. If you can donate it to a children's library, you can donate it to a place that needs it. But I guess what I've observed is, for a lot of my clients, they're keeping books that they think their kids would read, but actually only to find out that when they give it to them, they don't need it, they don't want it, it's not their interest. And so, which is why I really want you to be able to enjoy your space. If you have a lot of books from your kids, maybe use this time now, have maybe 2 hours of bonding time with them and try to see, okay, these are some of the books that I kept for you. Do you think you'll use it? And if they say, Papa, no, I don't think so, don't feel bad. Because actually be grateful that they're honest, that they don't need that. And it's not because they don't like your help. Maybe it's because their interests are just different now. And so once you discard those books responsibly, in whatever way you can sell it, you can donate it. Then the exciting thing now is you have that space. You can fill it with books that you are interested in, Sir Alan. I hope that helps.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Alan. We have a question here from our Facebook Live viewer and my friend, Miss Janet Canoy from Tourism Promotions Board. Tips on decluttering inside of bags. The bags.
Okay, bags. I love bags. I used to change bags before every day when I was younger, but now I don't do that anymore. I only have 2 bags that I interchange. With bags, I find that it's helpful that I remove everything at the beginning. So when I go home, when I used to go home when we didn't have quarantine yet, I would remove the things in my bag so that I can sort out my receipts. I can see if I have some food that I left, or I can just check my planner. And what's helpful for me is I also have bag organizers inside so that the bags, if for example I'm using a bag with no structure, it's not hard to find the items. So 2 things. One thing you can do is at the end of each day or maybe at the end of each week, remove everything in your bag, give your bag a breather, and you clean that quickly. And second, use bag organizers inside your bag so that there's structure and you can easily find items.
Okay. For the next question, we have a question here from Miss Christine Senioron. Go ahead. You may ask your question now.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Miss Christine.
Yes, hi. I'm quite an OCD when I was young.
Yes.
So, yeah. But then life has taken a toll on me. So, I stopped caring. I seldom clean up. So when I tidy up, it took me days to tidy up. But then the problem is, I live in my mom's house now. My dad passed away, so there are a lot of clothings that mom did not discard yet from my dad's. And then our attic is parang wala ka nang hindi mo na mahanap ang mahanap mo kasi masyadong maraming gamit. And marami din kaming mga gowns. In every occasion, there are so many gowns. And everything are sentimental from my mom. And then another problem is that um, um, my sister and her family had their yung house nila pina-renovate. But since it's under quarantine, so na-stop yung renovation and they still live in my mom's house. So we are all in the same place. And there are so many kids. Every time I come home yung wala pang ECQ. Every time I come home, ang kalat-kalat that no matter how hard I try to clean up, parang messy pa rin. So, parang messy pa rin. And then, on my part, being an OCD, hindi ko naman ma-blame na yung other, like my sister or yung ibang tao dito is hindi as OCD as me. So, for me, hindi yan malinis. Like for them, malinis na yan. Pero in my perspective, it's not malinis pa. Parang ang sakit sa mata. So, well, how should I go about it? Yung una ko kasing ginawa is with my daughter. Kasi I'm a single mom. So, nandito kami sa isang room. So, last month, nag-declutter kami. So, medyo huminga na yung room namin. The problem is, yung sa dalawang room and sa attic room and the kitchen. And another thing pa, kasi yung bahay namin is a housing. So you could just imagine kung gaano kaliit yung housing yung housing. And then kaliit ng bahay, yung quote nga namin, kaliit ng bahay, pero ang daming gamit. And what added pa is since we've been living here for 20 years by this year na, by 20 years na. So medyo yung iba is parang nagdilapidate na yung other parts ng ceiling. So hindi maiwasan may mga cockroaches. And meron din sila Jerry, sa Tom and Jerry na nagtatakbo. So how can I start decluttering when all the problems is parang halos lahat-lahat na. So I'm planning on renovation, but then wala pang finances for that renovation. So how could I go about it? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christine, for your honesty. And I can totally understand the frustration. I can totally understand that you really want to control a lot of the things. But right now, my friendly advice to you is just to breathe. Right now, my friendly advice to you is just to breathe. Can you do that for me? Di ba yun?
Okay.
The reason say that is because I think for your goal is very good. Your goal is you want to have a spark joy home, right?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
sometimes if you're thinking of a lot of the challenges, a lot of the constraints, then it might be harder for you to move forward. So what I can recommend to you is to break this down into little challenges, little projects. Kasi at the end of the day, with decluttering, every single space that you tidy up is already a big achievement. But for you, I totally understand that you really want to save the whole space, but right now there are a lot of constraints. So if you would allow me to recommend to you, just do top 3 projects that you can have. Start with the top 3 categories: the clothes, the books, and the papers. And if you can remove the other type of clutter, which is what's the word? I think a lot of things. It's a lot of control that you want to have in the situation, but right now we really don't have control with other things. So just take care of the things that is within your control. What do I mean? So now you know the number of clothes that you have. You know the time. You can control what you will declutter and how long you will declutter per day. So you start with that. And because if you have those mini projects, once you're able to see that progress, you'll get another step into maybe the second floor. But there, just do the first 3: clothes, books, papers. Set a time, and then set a realistic expectation as well. Don't mind the others anymore. Like right now, the clutter from your question are the people around you, the renovation that stopped, the challenges, the insects. Don't think of that, because right now your greatest person is yourself. You have so much love in yourself. You said as you were younger, you're already OCD, as you called yourself.
Yes.
I know that in you are very organized. But if I think you're your greatest enemy right now. If you will, I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I really mean that to support you, because you already know what to do. You're just putting clutter in your mind right now that you don't need. So mini projects, top 3 mini projects, set a schedule, stick to it. Later on, I'll be sharing my contact details if you have some questions. So hopefully that helps.
Yes, contact details are good. I need that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Coach Ren, can we still have one more questions? I know questions are piling up right now, but due to lack of time. So for the last question from Miss Christine Joy, how can we deal with the "we might need it in the future" mentality?
Yes, we might need it. So for me, ask the question back to you. When you ask yourself, well, I want to keep this because I might need it, my question is, when do you need it? If you say that you will need it by next week, next month, then by all means keep that. But if
I get dinner.
Like dinner, go keep
dinner.
A dinner. If it's going to be years that you see yourself, maybe you have to be courageous enough to just say goodbye to that item, let go. And here's my tip for you, my dear friends. If you're one of those people, because I totally understand this, I used to hold on to a lot of my clothes because I thought I would still fit, but I didn't anymore, so I let go. But if at any point in the future I will lose weight and I get to be in a different size, smaller size, then it's okay to buy a new wardrobe to reward yourself for that hard work of being healthy, of just looking your best. So you don't have to make yourself feel bad about yourself. But right now, I think what will allow you to experience your best self is if you live in the now, as I said earlier.
Okay. Thank you so much, Coach Renelyn. Do you have any last few words, message to our participants?
Yes, I just would like to share. Is it okay for me to share my screen again, my PowerPoint? I
Go
just
ahead.
want to share. there, I will share this so that you can see. In terms of thank you for all the questions. This one, just very quickly, I want to show you this one of my favorites. Or if you're the one who used to keep your socks like this in a ball, the best thing for you to do is not to do that because the other part gets bigger always. So this is how you do it the KonMari way. Just fold your socks like this. You have more space and you're able to see everything that you need there. And also, oops. There, can you still see me?
Yes, but you're there. You can just mention the details, Coach Renelyn. There you go.
There. Okay, so there for your socks. And then here, to those of you who are wondering what I really do, so hopefully you can have spark joy together. Of course, my in-home visits are not operational right now, but what I usually do is I do KonMari home visit sessions. I do KonMari talks and workshops as well. And so the newest thing that I'm doing since we're in quarantine is I'm doing virtual home tidying sessions. If any of you are interested, you can send me a message later on when I show my contact details. And last but not the least, I would like to invite you to get Marie Kondo's newest book called Joy at Work. I know there's no bookstores we can go to right now, but it's available on Amazon via Kindle. It's a very good read. Maybe you can use that and read that. And once again, I really just would like to thank Ariva for inviting me and for letting me share the knowledge I have with KonMari. And maybe just to end, I hope that you realize that tidying up is really for you. It's a philosophy, it's a way of life. It's more than just throwing things away, but it's actually knowing what you value. And if you are touched or you feel this is by any chance important to you, hope you can follow me on Instagram at World of Yorokobi. Can Viber me any photos that you have as well that you have. I can give you one photo that you can ask me about in your home. And you can also visit my website or email me. So those are my details. I know we still have a lot of questions. Thank you very much, but we don't have time for that anymore. But it has really been a great afternoon for me. I learned a lot from our participants as well.
Thank you also, Coach Renelyn. So see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for sharing how to spark joy in our lives and in our homes. Okay?
Thank you very much, Irish.
Bye-bye. So for our participants, this is not yet the end of our e-learning session. I just have to acknowledge some of our win-win partners. We would like to thank our win-win partners, our official media partner, the Art Class Magazine, thank you. Digital media partners, Focus Media, Globaltronics, City Advertising Ventures, Outcome, and Elevate Media. Thank you so much. For win-win partners, Brother, Faber-Castell. Thank you also to Glutacy, Moringa O2, KFC, Mr. Donut, Tokyo, and Lotus Biscoff. Please don't forget to like us on Facebook. Please scan this QR code and it will be directed to our Facebook page, Ariva Academy Philippines Inc. Again, it's Ariva Academy Philippines Inc. Facebook page. If you want to watch again the replay of our e-learning session today and the previous e-learning sessions, don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channels. Please subscribe to Ariva Academy's YouTube channel and to Ariva Talks YouTube channel. Here are the links below. For our upcoming online learning sessions, this will be tomorrow. Don't forget to register. We have invited the spokesperson from SSS. He is Mr. Jomer C. Gonzalez. And on Friday, the dynamics of working from home developed professionalism while working virtually. This will be on Friday, and we will be joined by none other than the certified image expert, Miss Abigail Arenas de Leon. And on Saturday, this coming Saturday, April 18, communication and relationships building in times of crisis. This will be discussed by none other than the customer service guy, Mr. KonMari. And on Monday, April 20, better decision making and understanding the global reactions to COVID-19 using neuroscience. So interesting topic. This will be discussed by US certified neuroscience coach, Coach Ben Ampil. And of course, we have invited the sought after motivational speaker and wealth coach, Mr. Chinkitan. He will be discussing manage money in a crisis, strategies to manage your money better. This will be on Saturday, April 25. Don't forget, Saturday, April 25. And we have another e-learning session from our partner. We would like to invite you. He will be discussing work mode mindset, leadership lessons employees can learn at this time of crisis. This will be on April 16, 10 a.m. This is from our partner, Mr. Paulo Tibig. Please check his Facebook page for further details. And of course, I am honored to invite you on our first and ever HR Virtual Summit, PH 2020 Bounce Back HR. Sharpen resilience for the new normal of work. So for further details, please log on to our website, www.ariva.com.ph, and we have invited international and local subject matter experts for our HR professionals. So please join us. If you want to have a customized e-learning session exclusive for your team and invite our Ariva partners and speakers bureau, please call me at 0916-695-4418. Again, it's 0916-695-4418, or email me at irish.arivaacademy@gmail.com. And that's it. Thank you so much once again. This is Irish Malonda Samson in Ariva. It's all about being better. Keep safe and stay home. Bye-bye.